So yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be talking about this dash right here. This is off of a 82 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And if you could see here, it's a Tesla style screen. And I mean, it was a pretty basic build. This is actually something that more people could do like from home because it wouldn't be that complicated. All you would have to do is just remove your pre-existing dash, and I won't be able to get into how many bolts there are, like where they're located at, but I'm pretty sure they're just like, in that vicinity. Um, I know for a fact there is, because there's a brace that goes across, usually on most vehicles, that's behind the dash, and there'll be like, little bolts here, 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 that type of thing. And let me see what else. You'll have to also remove your glove box and a bunch of just like your trims that go here. Also, there's a piece that goes here. That's where your dash cluster is at. You have your speedo and your gas and all that stuff. It'll all kind of go there. You'll have to just mold these areas right here. When you, like I said, when you remove this, you'll have to mold that out. And when you remove this, you're going to mold that out. And this spot right here. So, most of you guys would know this is where like the stereo would go right here. I went ahead and just put a piece of board that went here, and let me switch over to a different picture. All right, now as you can see in this picture right here, this is more or less, I mean, I didn't have one from when I removed the dash cluster part and the glove compartment, but you could kind of just imagine what it looks like. If you have a Cutlass, you know what it looks like. But what I'm saying, you could do this with any other G-body style dash as well. So after that was removed, what I did was I went ahead and just that material, that fleece material, you can get it at Walmart. I just went ahead and just laid it out, stretched out really nice all over here. And even like in these areas right here, you would just put like staples right here just to kind of mold it in. Same thing through the back side of this right here. Just really, really stretched out. So you can go ahead and apply the resin. Now, at first I just went ahead and laid out resin on top of the fleece. And once that dried out and got nice and hard, that's when I went ahead and put this fiberglass, as you can see right here. And I also had this resin. I got this at Home Depot, but you got a little mixing cup right there. You'll just brush it on there, and then grab one of these, lay it on there, and then brush some more resin on there. And that's all you're really doing, just to kind of get the whole thing to rock up on you. So this is more or less what it looks like after I put some fiberglass on there and the resin. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, no, I didn't put no fiberglass. So I guess I was going to put fiberglass everywhere at first because I was just going to like mold it out and paint it. Then I decided I was just going to get it wrapped, like with, just with some vinyl. So there was no purpose of me putting all kinds of stuff all over the place that was just going to make me sand for more days and more days, So what I ended up just doing is just applying all the resin all over it, real nice and smooth, and called it a day. So if you could see right here, there was a board right here. So there was one board, right, that was cut out to this iPad. Well, it's not an iPad. It was actually, it's a tablet just from online. And behind, right underneath this, there's actually another piece of wood that was a flat. So I guess I would explain it this way. There's a piece of flat wood underneath here, and then I went ahead and put another one right on top of it to give it that I guess it was like a 1/4 inch where this is at right here, so this could sit nice and flush. And then it just all got molded together. You can see that. That's part of the fleece right there. You can see it was just fleece. So that was just to cover up these holes right here. Then I went ahead and took it to a upholstery shop here in town, and the guy did a beautiful job. I mean, I was happy with it. So I had him do this line right here to make it look like the Teslas, Pretty cool. A little divider. As you can see in here, it's kind of hard to tell, but it was just like a bunch of staples. He stapled it there. And I like the way he actually molded this area right here. I thought he was gonna put like some stitching, but he ended up not doing any of that. There you go. This is what the finished product was. Got his stitching going here, up here, here, but he didn't have no stitching here, which that kind of caught me off guard. I don't know how he got that to mold down there, but they say they got special ways, so it worked out. It looked nice. And on the car, what I did was down here, I got one of those hidden boxes, and that's where I put the stereo. That's about it. And you just go right back into, mounts back up exactly in the same spots where you were already at. You'll have your tablet right here. And I mean, you could put some aftermarket dash clusters right there, or you could just have everything with a module link up to your tablet. Canceled out the AC vents on here because this is a low rider, didn't need all that. But however, doing it this way, you could add your own AC vents if you wanted to put an aftermarket like AC setup, or even if you have your own original setup and you want to hide your AC control somewhere else, you could do so and then leave the plumbing there for the vents and just kind of have your own vents made up. That would be pretty cool too. So this is what it looks like when you take it off. Okay, so it looks like this one didn't have that brace that goes down here, but you could kind of see that there is a brace here, so you already know there's going to be one bolt right there. Then there's a bolt right here, so it's a bolt there, a bolt there. I know there is some that go here, 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 that go through the little vents that are on top of the dash. So this was me test fitting it back on the car. I mean, it's gonna fit perfectly back on because it's the original dash, you know. And after that, I mean, like I said, you could either end up fiberglassing it if you wanted to be all smooth one color, or you could just get it stitched up, you know, with designs or whatever. I ended up making some plates right here that were all engraved, one right here that was all engraved, and that's the style that I went with. That worked out pretty good. Like I said, the radio went down here, so you couldn't really see it. It was just out of sight, and you could just kind of control it. Had the knob. All right, here you have another angle, so you could see that it did fit perfectly fine. Everything was good because, I mean, technically, like I said, it is the dash that came with the vehicle. Nice and smooth. This is where your glove box at. No more glove box. I mean, doing this conversion right here, you could leave your glove box. You don't have to delete it. You know, that I just did it because there was no need for it for what I was going to be doing. And this here's the final product. This is what she looked like when I was all done with it. Little starlight action. Not a bad way to spend $400.